Alrighty. Okay, so this is in Atlanta. You know what, where they had to send somebody to the actual quote unquote. They had to send somebody to the hospital. I'm waiting till this car moves. But this car right here, the father actually jumped out of the SUV. He actually jumped out of the SUV and said, "Where's my son?" So hello, you guys. This particular location, I'm trying to be kind of quiet. Let's see. As you can see right here, hello, Art of War. Hello, Joshua. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Let me move out the way. Car coming. Okay, as you can see, Lord have mercy. It's a lot going on out here, guys. Give me grace. Hey, Art of War. So basically, what happened is, I'm trying to see how to say it. You see the detective. He's coming out. Basically, it was about at least 10 pops, as we'll say, and at least one person is at the hospital for what has happened. And the father, who is in this uh, SUV, he jumped out. He jumped out and said, where in the is my son? And I'm gonna see if I can go across so you guys can actually see the father leaving. The scene is on lock. Let's see. Oh, you ain't here. This was about 10 pops got off, and one boy ended up having to go to the hospital. The dad ain't been too long left. He jumped out the car talking about, "Where the hell my son?" Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Please hit that like button. I think they say they got this thing locked though. As you can see, all of these cars. Ooh, they hot. They are hot. We got detectives. We got detectives. Woo-wee. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Politic Graham. Hit that like button. This is an actual live scene that you are looking at. Hello, you guys. It's Politic Graham. Hit that like button, subscribe. This is the same location, just to kind of give you guys an idea of what's going on. This is the same location where, let's just say, several years back, in one of the homes in this area, I'll say it that way, and they still have not solved his crime. Today there was an actual you know what, another incident. This time at least one person was taken to the hospital. A number of rounds were fired. The father has not been too long left the scene. He does not know where his son is. Actual victims is at um, Grady Memorial Hospital. Hello, you guys. You're listening to Politic Graham. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hello, Iman Hayes. Hello, I am Jacob. Hello, Joshua. Hello, Art of War. That like button. You're listening to Politic Graham. And like I stated, where there was a former security guard, and it's kind of ironic he was coming my way. Yeah, I know. You say it's going in and out. You say it's going in and out. Iman, can you hear me? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Like I stated, this is Politic Realm. This is we're on the live scene of an actual incident that transpired. At least one person was sent to the hospital when a number of rounds was fired. Oh, I'm lagging? Let me think. Why am I lagging? Hello, you guys. It's Politic Realm. You're listening to. Yes, there was a live scene not too long ago where at least one person was sent to the hospital. We're in the same actual neighborhood where Young Thug's security guard was unalived, and to this day, his investigation is still has not been solved. And right now, today, at this very same area of Young Thug's security guard that was unalived, where they stole his actual Mustang, and they found Young Thug's security guard unalived in the house, in one of these homes in this neighborhood. An actual incident. An actual incident has happened today at the same location, same area. Same area. Detectives are going around asking questions, but nobody's saying anything. Nobody's saying anything. And this particular area that you're looking at, I'm gonna see if I can turn it to the side, turn it a little bit. This particular area that you're looking at, this is a very interesting area. I'll say it that way. Hello, Timberwolf. God is great. Hello, you guys. Hello, Ruck. Hello. Shout out to everybody in the live. Hello, Joy. I'm just not seeing you guys. Hello, you guys. As you can see, they're going across, asking questions. You see that? Going across questions. Yes, they're actually okay. So basically, where I'm at, I don't know how long you guys have been in the live. Less than 30 minutes. Less than 30 minutes. There was an actual pop where a number of rounds was fired. At least one person is. And thank you guys for coming in. Joy says the reception is bad. No, don't say the reception bad. Let me see something. Is the reception better now? Is the reception better now? I have to say it for YouTube guidelines. I said this way: a number of rounds were fired. A number of rounds were fired. One person was hit. Is now at the hospital, and at least one person was hit. Detectives has went into the store that is located across the street. From here, and they're asking questions. Have they seen or heard anything? But based off this neighborhood, I'm gonna turn it around for you guys. This type of neighborhood, you guys can see. And hello, guys. Yes, trust me. Look, I can't say what I have. I'll say it that way. But trust me, I am very much safe. Trust me when I say that. This particular area that I'm at, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this is the same area where Young Thug's former security guard, his case has still been unsolved. He was found unalived in one of the homes in this neighborhood. It is a very popular neighborhood. This is the same area where it is known for certain events, activities, I'll say it that way. But also this is a popular area where there has been a number of movies being filmed, because it is very cheap to film in this area. So this particular area, like I stated, is a very popular neighborhood. And it seems as if almost every week or every other week, there's always an incident. John Myers. Hello, John Myers. Yes, shout out to Ruck. Ruck says, hit the like and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to Politic Graham. Hit that like button. John Myers says, what city? This is the same city. I'm going to say it one more time. It's the same area where Young Thug's security guard was found unalive in one of the homes. If you can connect the dots, what city that is in, what county that is in, this is the same county that Young Thug received 15-year probation recently by a certain district attorney, I'll say it that way, that is very popular. Why? Because it's the same district attorney that still has a case, but it has been put on hold against President Trump, as well as 18 defendants of his. So when you ask what area, it is in the same city. Okay, it is in the same city where President Trump has an actual case against him, but it has been put at halt due to the actual district attorney was removed from the case. And in addition, this is the same city where, like I stated, Young Thug received a 15-year probation, a very strict probation. And in addition, this is the same city, and this is the same particular area, like I stated, where Young Thug's security guard case is still unsolved. And thank you guys for coming in. Hit that like button. You're listening to Politic Graham. Hello, JS. Whoa, 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 whoa. Exactly. Shout out to Ruck. Thank you, Ruck. Shout out to Ruck. Cannot say the exact location exactly, but like I stated, this is a very popular area. This area is where they do a lot of filming. Actors such as Samuel L. Jackson, Kevin Hart, Taraji P. Henson, Sandra Bullock received her first Academy Award because of a film that she filmed right at this exact corner. So I'm giving you guys, hints. All you gotta do is just read between the lines and look it up. But what you just saw, a car just tried to go in the area where they have it taped off. I don't think they're gonna I don't think they're gonna figure out anything because it's so crazy. Nobody is seen or heard now. Everybody has disappeared. Everybody has disappeared. This is really crazy. And shout out to the mods for holding it down. Shout out to the mods. Oh yes, trust me. I'm from this city. I know this area. I never go home alone. I'll say it that way. I never go home alone. I never go home alone. I would just say it that much. Yes, exactly. Shout out to Ruck. All you have to do, just like I stated, this is the same exact area. It's a number of cases in this particular county. Okay, we're talking about President Trump still has a case that has been put at a halt, okay, because of the corruption in regards to this county's district attorney. I'm giving you guys tips, hints. This is the same area where Young Thug security guard case is still unsolved. This is the same location where, I'm just being honest, it's the same location. If you guys go subscribe to my page, I actually did a live about a month ago. It's the same location where a fire had happened. I cannot make this up. And these little so-called police officers looking at me like I got to get the heck on. You see that? Yes, thank you, George. Shout out to George. Shout out to Ruck. Shout out to the mod team holding it down. Shout out to Art of War. Hello. Thank you for coming in. Basically what happened is there was multiple rounds fired. One guy was sent to the hospital. The father, he did not even know what was going on. By the time one of the victims was sent to the hospital, the father came and they had to hold him back and tell him to calm down. The father had to leave. I hope they don't come my way and ask me anything. I'm trying to be quiet because they talking. It's so weird that when things like this happen, nobody wants to say anything. But then I promise you, I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. There's always something going on in this area. There's always something going on. Michael says, are you out telling me that Trump hung out? No. All I'm going to say is this is the same county where I would say it's a lot of corruption. I'll say it that way. When it comes down to President Trump, he does have a case, but it was put at a halt due to the district attorney allegedly having relations with one of the special prosecutors that they hired to actually work on the Trump case. So yes. And thank you guys for coming in. Hit that like button. You're listening to Politicgram. Shout out to the mod team. Let's get these numbers up. Hit that like button. Woo, there's a lot going on. It is a lot going on. I'm trying to fall back. Thank you for the like. Hit that like button. You're listening to Politic Graham. Shout out to everybody in the live. As you can see, all of this is taped off. And what the detectives are doing right now, they're basically trying to ask, everybody that lives in this area that's taped off, what they had seen. Did they see anything? Do they know anything? And 9 times out of 10, this is a area where people are not going to say anything. They're not going to say anything. Also, for people who are trying to figure out what actual state this is the same state where FBI and the U.S. Marshals found inmate that actually escaped New Orleans Parish Jail. They actually escaped that jail. They was gone for 5 months, 145 days, and they actually found Derrick Groves in this specific city and state. Okay. So for people that's trying to figure out where is this? What is this? This particular county that I'm in, I cannot make this up. When it comes down to Derrick Groves, one of the inmates that ran away from New Orleans, and he was gone for 5 months. He was gone for 5 months. Oh my God, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up. What in the world? This is so woo. It's a lot going on. McDowell. It must be your mama. But hello guys, thank you for coming in. You're listening to Politic Graham. Thank you guys for coming in. Hit that like button. I had to say it. But thank you guys for coming in. You're listening to Politic Graham. Hit that like button. I wish I had, but see, I have to keep everything up. My guards up, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You listen to Politic Graham. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Shout out to all the mods. Joy says, I wondered where they got Groves. Yes, that's a lot to talk about when it comes down to Mr. Groves. I have been doing research on Mr. Groves. Like I said, this particular area that I'm in, this specific state I'm in, city, county, it is very corrupted. Just think about it. How is it that an inmate can be gone from a jail for 5 months and then be found in a house, allegedly selling street pharmacy? Okay, I'll say it that way. How is it a gentleman such as Derrick Groves can be missing for 5 months from jail, and he's found in a whole different state, in a home that he was allegedly treating as a street pharmacy? Think about that. So for those who are asking me, oh, where is this? Where is this? Where is this? This is the same county where Derrick Groves from Louisiana, he was found. Okay, so you can connect those dots. And trying to be careful, trying to see, hold on. Where they go? Woo. But thank you guys for coming in. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. This is Politic Graham. Ooh, you look good. Thank you guys for coming in. Hit that like button. You're listening to Politic Graham. McDowell. If you guys can see, let me know. Hit 1 if you can see. If you have some type of visual, hit 1 in the chat. Shout out to Dennis. Shout out to Michael. Shout out to Joy. It's a big old flip phone. Get it straight. Rock, shout out to Rock. Hello you guys. Thank you for the like. Now, what a name. Carlos. Hola Carlos, lo siento. ¿Cómo está? Lo siento, Carlos. Yes, it is. I cannot be too close, ladies and gentlemen. For those that are just coming in, there was a big incident of multiple rounds that were fired. Okay, one person is in the hospital. One gentleman, at least one person, a victim, was sent to the hospital. One person was sent to the hospital, and they are still out here. It is so wild. They're literally going to door asking, they're literally going door to door asking people what they seen. And I'm telling you right now that people are not going to say anything. But thank you guys for coming in. Give me a like. It takes a lot for me to be doing what I'm doing right now. If you guys know the area that I'm in, it's the same area that is a very high active area. I'll say it that way. And I'm never home alone. So hit that like, subscribe to this channel. Yes. Shout out to Ruck. Yes. Across the bow. Yes. For YouTube purposes, shout out to Ruck. Yes. Thank you so much, Timberwolf. God is great. I'm glad you guys can understand. But like I stated, this is a very popular area. One would say this area has now been, they're trying to bring it back to life. But like I stated, this is the same area where Young Thug security guard, to this day, his case is still unsolved. His security guard was a month away from actually going into the police academy. So it's kind of ironic that all this is going on still years later. And then to top it all off, Young Thug in the same actual county received, I'm standing on that, it was an unfair assessment to the point where he has to be on probation for 15 years. He has to every week, I cannot make this up, since Young Thug has been out, he has been doing community service hours every week for free, holding events, actually talking to college students, talking to high school students, talking to kids, basically telling kids, don't get into trouble where you end up like what you see today, right now. So I'm speaking about that because this is the same area where his security guard was found unalived. And till this day, his case has been unsolved. So I'm giving you guys heads up. Shout out to everybody in the live for safety and YouTube purposes. I cannot say the specific area where I'm at, but I'm giving you guys a heads up. This is the same area where Young Thug security guard was found unalive. His case is still unsolved. Also, this is the same county. About 2 weeks ago, U.S. Marshals, the SWAT, FBI, DEA, ATF, they did apprehend Derrick Groves, who was one of the inmates that was found, okay, in this particular state, in this particular zone. I'm giving you guys, hints. But thank you guys for coming in. Shout out to Cav Nash. These detectives, boy, they're not playing no games. Oh, Lord. Oh, they don't come this way. Ooh, don't come this way. not come this way. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming in. How in the world you come into a live? This was so funny. How in the world somebody comes into the live with a name such as that and call me a name? Really? Really? It's that for me. But shout out to the mod holding it down, the mod team. Oh no, I would never do that, Edge. Where I'm at, oh no. But like I stated, I never leave home alone. I never leave home alone. And I actually do things like this. So I would leave it at that. Okay, so I have been talking to certain people. I have to say it in layman's term, but I will be doing another live. I don't know if it's going to be today. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen, for not doing a live early this morning, but I had to deal with, matters. If you know, you know. Shout out to people that have already subscribed. I have explained what's been going on, in the real world, real life. But Jesse, how you doing, Jesse? Thank you so much. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Stanley. Shout out to Ruck. Shout out to Joy. Shout out to Jesse. Shout out to Edge of the South. Edge of the South. Are you from the South? Are you really from the South, Edge? How you doing? But thank you guys for coming in. Hit that like button. It takes a lot to do what I'm doing right now. Considering I am the first on the scene. Hello, Maryland. For those that are just coming in, there was an incident where multiple rounds were fired. At least one person was sent to the hospital. His condition is unknown. However, the father, right after they took the victim to the hospital, the father had came up out of nowhere, and the police had to hold him back and tell him to calm down and let him know that his son is at the hospital. Cannot make this up. Detectives has been out here on the scene. They still have this entire area closed off where you see the tape. They are going house to house, door to door, asking people what they have seen. Hey DJ, how you doing, DJ? Shout out to DJ. Hello, thank you guys for coming up. Listen here now, you guys listen, okay? Where I'm at, don't expect this to be CNN, Fox News, ABC. Don't expect that, because this is actually live on the scene. This is actually live on the scene. And shout out to everybody. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys for coming in. Hit that like button. You can't see anything? Let me back up. How the heck you guys can't see anything? Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Is it really, really blurry? Is it really, really blurry? Let me know. And shout out to May. Wow, how is it so blurry? How is it blurry? Thank you guys for coming in. Basically, what has happened, there has been an incident where multiple rounds caused one person, at least one victim, to be sent to the hospital. The entire area is taped off, as you can see, and they are not allowing any cars to pass this area until they have reached out to every person that is in this area that were witness or would like to say they were witness. Where? Great question. Due to I cannot directly say where, but this is the same area. If you guys know, you know, this is the same area where Young Thug received a 15-year probation recently. Also, this is the same state that the U.S. Marshals found inmate of New Orleans, inmate Derrick Rose, after being missing for 5 months. So this is, I'm giving you guys a heads up where. Rolo. Rolo. I cannot say exactly where. Why do you guys want me to say where? You guys want me to be sent somewhere? What is, I cannot say where. You trying to set me up. What? What? You trying to set me up? I might as well just tell you everything. No, I can't give the specific area right now, ladies and gentlemen, for YouTube guidelines. Shout out to DC. Now, Kim, Kim, is it really safe in Washington, D.C. right now? Has President Trump made the streets of Washington, D.C. safe again for the citizens of Washington, D.C.? Has President Trump made it safe? But shout out to Washington, D.C. Thank you guys for coming in. It is you, Rolo. You tell a tall tale. You tell a tall tale, Rolo. No, it is not. Okay, you guys, I literally had to turn that camera around. I turned the camera around a little bit because it was somebody walking this way. And let's just say they're very popular in the neighborhood. I'll leave it at that. Kim says the streets are the streets. Woo. Well, I would say this, okay? The actual city that I'm in, I wouldn't be surprised if President Trump's current administration, especially U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi, files an indictment against this county's district attorney. I would say that much. I would say that much. Not a Rolo. Joy says, now I'm craving a Rolo. Oh my goodness. I can't. Y'all about to make me drop this phone. Rolo, you see what you have caused? Rolo, you see what you have caused in the chat? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You listen to Politic Graham. If you're just coming in, there was a incident that transpired today within the matter of almost an hour ago. Yes, they are still on the scene. A gentleman, there was about at least 10 pops that transpired. At least one person was sent to the hospital. His condition is unknown. Rolo says, come on down. What do you mean, come on down? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to everybody in the live. How you guys doing? Man, this is wild. I promise you, I can't make this up. I literally did a live in this same exact area. I cannot make this up. About a month ago. That's just telling you how active this particular area is, as well as how active this particular county is altogether. For those who are asking me, well, where are you? What's going on? This is the same area. I'm gonna just break it down. This the same area. County's district attorney has been officially removed from the case in regards to President Trump, as well as his quote unquote 18 other defendants. Okay, and this case was put on hold in a specific county. Why? Because the actual district attorney had allegedly relations with the special prosecutor, okay, that also had to be terminated. So you're asking me where? Connect those dots, okay? Connect those dots. Rolo, put your money where your mouth is, okay? Put your money where your mouth is. We do accept super stickers if you would like to support the platform and provide, okay, support. Is, yes, it is not. It's just bad reception. It is bad reception, but I'm gonna give you guys a heads up. I think, um, somebody knows something, but I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna just keep it at that. Somebody knows something. Somebody knows something of what transpired today, and the reason I'm saying it because if I show you the store, they have been going in and out of store, the specific detectives as well as police officers asking a specific store. I'm going to be kind of careful with showing this store. It's so weird because at this particular store, they had an incident where someone broke into their store and tried to rob them. And the person that broke into their store actually had a device, and they ran out of their shoes all the way up the street. That's why I say it's a lot going on. I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna see something. Hold on. But thank you guys for coming in. You're listening to Politic Graham. Woo, so it's a lot going on. Trying to get closer since somebody said closer, going down. But thank you guys for coming in. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Ooh. Rolo, the lies you tell. Rolo, you ain't been on this street. Rolo, you have not been on this street. Stop. Stop. Stop the cap. And hello, you guys. My apologies. I know you guys are wondering what is going on. They still have this entire area roped off where nobody can enter, nobody can exit. And I want to show you guys something. Since people be thinking I be talking mess. You see this? You see those where it's wooded up at? Right there? Right there is where there was a fire about a month ago. I did an actual live stream, okay? Where it was at least, I cannot make this up, at least 10 cars, 2 fire trucks. And just think about it. In the same particular area where there was a fire, there was rounds fired where one person today was sent to the hospital. That is just how active this area gets. And this specific, and I'm gonna continue to say it, this specific county gets. But thank you guys for coming in. Hit that like button. Rolo, you are telling a tall tale. Now, Rolo, you finna get me. Shout out to Quells. How you doing, Quells? Thank you guys for coming in. Hit that like button. Detectives rolling out. One is still here. Thank you guys for coming in. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Shout out to Timberwolf. God is great. Thank you so much for the super sticker. And if you guys are just coming in, I got you. Look, I got you. Look, you good. Shit, why you think I'm behind the camera? But thank you guys for coming in. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. See that? Nobody wants to be seen. Nobody wants to be seen. And shout out to Timberwolf. God is great. Thank you so much. Hello, Conrad.